Hello and welcome back to Mark's Music Catalogue. Well, first of all, my apologies for taking so long to get this one up and running. Unfortunately, I've been very busy over the last few months, what with the pandemic and everything, a few things going on. But anyway, I hope everybody's keeping safe and I hope everybody's looking after themselves. But anyway, enough of that. Let's get on with the music, shall we? Now, the album I'm going to look at today is actually one of my personal favourites. It's from a band who, how can I put it? It had a brilliant reception, and worldwide generally it was really considered an excellent album, but it just never really hit it off for some strange reason. Maybe it was the music scene at the time, I don't know. But anyway, the album I'm looking at is this one. It's called 100,000 in Fresh Notes, and it's by a band called Wax. Now, Wax were a duo consisting of Graham Gouldman and Andrew Gold. Now, Graham Gouldman was previously, and still is, with 10cc. He tours now with some of the 10cc band. I believe Kevin Godley has also been involved with that one as well, on and off. And of course he was with the original 10cc back in the 70s and in the 80s, and on a brief reunion they did in early 90s. And he also now does, or he did, I don't know if he still does, a project called GG06, which is Kevin Godley and Graham Gouldman. And like I say, he's still touring at the moment. The other chap was a man called Andrew Gold. Now, Andrew Gold was a multi-instrumentalist, a superb producer, and he did some fantastic tracks over in the early 70s. Lonely Boy being one of them. Thank You for Being a Friend, which was later used on an American sitcom, and various other tracks. He really was a fantastic composer. Sadly, he died in 2011, but believe you me, he has left a real string of music behind that people still listen to and enjoy today. A prolific composer, musician, producer, engineer, the lot. So you had two really, really clever guys, you know, two fantastically geniuses when it came to music and songwriting, and between them they produced 3 albums. The first one was Magnetic Heaven, then they had American English, but the one I want to look at is this one, 100,000 in Fresh Notes. Unusual title. Now, this album it's a brilliant album. It's sort of soft rock dance, if you like. But when I say dance, I mean dance has a good beat. I don't mean the trance stuff or the rave stuff, obviously. From this album, I think it didn't actually chart at all anywhere in the world, which is what makes it such a strange anomaly, if you like, because it really is a good album. There was 2 singles that were released from it. The first one was one called Wherever You Are, which failed to chart anyway, and the second one was Anchors Away. Now, Anchors Away, when they released that, it was edited down. It's quite a long track on here. And Anchors Away actually made number 95 in the UK charts. The album was released in 1989, if I forgot to mention that first of all. So it was a latecomer to the 80s music scene. Now, the highlights for me on this is probably the long guitar solo in the aforementioned Anchors Away. It's basically a track about the coming of age, and it really is a good song. It's a real good song to start an album off. It's got a nice sort of a sea shanty type build up to it, and then it just cracks in with the drums and a fantastic rhythm. Some really good dance tracks on there. I can't remember what it's called now. I've got it right in front of me. Railroad to Heaven is a really good dance number. Some excellent bass work in that one. And another highlight for me, there's 2 tracks that are joined together. There's a track on here called Madeleine, and it's a fantastic beat, and it actually goes into the next track, the last track on here, called Credit Where Credit's Due, which is a rap done over by, I don't know if he's still around, by a guy called Mr. Magic. So yes, this really is a superb album. It really is very good, and I really would highly recommend you give it a listen. I always say give it a listen. It's a brilliant album from 2 real veterans of the music business. After they did this album, they decided to go off and do solo projects, but the split was amicable. It was a thing, look, nobody's buying this music, so we might as well just go our separate ways. So on a business side, that's exactly what they did. So yeah, now if you can get hold of this, I believe they are on sale on eBay, and they're actually going at quite a reasonable price. But I know it is out of print. It's not been reissued at all, unlike their previous 2 albums, which did get reissued a few years ago. This one's still, I mean, this is an original from 1989. So yeah, so that is it. So that is Wax, 100,000 in Fresh Notes. That's right, yes. A brilliant album, one of my favourites. So, as I say, give it a listen. And I hope to see you next time. Thank you very much. Bye.